What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Villainonymous. That's Paul. We still can't find Sponge. I don't know where the hell he's been. He might have been in one of those famous motorcycle things that he keeps talking about. I'm not sure. Paul, have you seen Sponge anywhere?
I have not seen him anywhere. No.
Jesus.
Hey now, I'm right here, man.
Oh, hey, welcome back, buddy.
Uh, you know, we're here because things change, the climate is changing, people are becoming not intelligent enough, and now we're back. All three of us, missing two,
Dude,
but
no,
I'm
no,
back.
that's technically not true. We did see Yosef today.
But he's not here, and he
This is
hasn't been
true.
here.
Yeah, but I mean it's Monday. I mean, Nikki wasn't gonna be here anyway.
No,
Right.
yeah, Nikki was not going to be here, but this Saturday we have a great show, a great episode, a great call, a great chat, a great reaction, a great show. Hmm. What else?
I feel like
This
he's not
Saturday,
very happy with what Saturday's going to be. He's
a
saying
big
great
Saturday.
one too many times for him to be very happy about
Yeah.
it.
A great Saturday.
I thought it was, I thought it was a great show.
We have a great we have a great show this Saturday. A big show this Saturday. Great. And I'm very excited to hear the opinion of Paul on his first ever AEW match reaction.
Oh, great.
Man.
Whoa. Hold on now. This is very old AEW. This is not new AEW. I was gonna okay. So the match I chose for us to review, and before I go on, um, we will be reviewing Raw maybe today, depending if we talk about jobs and labor with Paul. But the matches I chose for this Saturday's review, it's a new thing we're inputting here. It's a rewind in time review. It was Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at SummerSlam in a steel cage, which I'm excited to talk about because it's
Hell
a
yeah.
favorite of match of mine. And it doesn't compete with this match anywhere near, but it's CM Punk's first match back to wrestling in over 99 years. Between Darby and CM Punk in AEW in 2021, September of 2021.
Was it all out in
Oh,
Chicago?
yeah, all
Yeah.
out Chicago. So you know the crowd
All
is
right.
good, and you
Yeah.
know,
It was, you know what? We sat here and we watched that show. We talked about it afterwards. It wasn't bad.
it was
The card
Sting and
itself wasn't
Darby.
bad.
Still 2 years before the year for my life, but that we're gonna try to input at least a weekly throwback, and then after this weekend, Paul and Keith thought I was gonna implement it in this weekend, but just for you, Paul, we're going to review the reverse ladder match.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
That match has the best rules. Like the best rules.
And
are
I can and we can't wait to explain it to you next week. But
they very confusing? Because I'm an old man.
Oh yeah, no.
yes,
TNA did this right.
no, Vince Russo did that right.
Oh God, I
Oh,
don't want to give him credit
Look
for
at
it.
even though he was right side of the ring holding the title for you for the wrestlers.
Yeah, dictating the winner as whoever he wanted to hand the belt to. Yeah.
Literally. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend been?
was David Arquette there?
Damn,
He might have been.
I was just watching 83 Weeks talk about that whole thing, the triple cage, the fucking the movie, the fucking Russo wanting to get the belt on David Arquette. Wow, that's a whole ass watch for you right there. That's something I recommend.
John Jones.
MMA
Oh wait,
fighter John Jones.
no, I read
What?
this wrong. Oh, I was gonna. I read this wrong.
You give him a day off, and look what happens.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh,
bound to happen eventually when they try to get rid of the Department of Education. You're not going to be able to read things properly.
well, with the new department, I learned a lot about wrestling because
Hey,
that's the new education.
this is a wrestling channel. If we're going to talk to the Department of Education, we can still talk to the Department of Education because her last name is McMahon.
Hey, I'll give you this props, Keith. You got to witness the greatest women's match I've ever seen in my life.
What are we talking about here?
Julia and Stephanie Vaquer fucking banged.
Well,
As far
it
as
was
it
what
as
was
far as it possibly could have, as
could have
far
been.
as it
Right.
possibly could have gone, it went. And then it couldn't because Julia was hurt. Like, it was the most
Yeah,
heartbreaking shit ever.
but it was good before that.
Man, I, I was excited for it. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you were excited because you were there.
I know. Oh. Hey man, I still had my money on Moose and Obafemi being the match of the night because yeah, it was.
Hmm.
Before we talk about Raw, what do you get? Okay, so we all know the super kick has been ruined, right, in the last decade.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
This guy asked, "How does the sweet chin music super kick not obliterate guys?" After 25 years of watching HBK put people out to the sweet chin music, I finally learned that he does and others. Oh, pause. I'm not reading this one out. Make sound like. With that said, I don't think I've ever seen a super kick that looked fake. I've seen thousands of punches that obviously didn't connect. Super kicks are usually delivered pretty violently. How are there not more concussions from them? Ah, so it's a shoot question.
well
Yeah,
yeah. I mean to
it's
answer.
it's all about
Go ahead.
it's timing and you learn this in school. You put your hand up immediately. If you fuck up and miss your hand, you're gonna get hit in the head. But if you don't put your you if you watch all the wrestlers put their palm up to their face and that's what gets hit, not their head. The spot. Sometimes they'll like if a Kevin Owens takes it, they make that shit look beautiful. Have you
Yeah,
seen Kevin Owens get smacked with a super kick?
he'll
He doesn't have to put his hand up, but he makes it look beautiful.
yeah he doesn't put his hand up. Like he'll like shrug his shoulder up and just eat that on the shoulder because it looks like he hit him right in the face.
And it looks perfect. So if you watch Solo Sokoa, oh, he always puts his hand up. Just like you cannot tell me. Solo always catches that hand.
Well, remember, I mean, if you're gonna go off and talk about super kicks not being able to finish anybody off anymore, like go no further than that watch along with what was it, Triple H and Shawn Michaels
It
and
was Undertaker,
the
yeah,
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
They're
My
like if
question is, when did it become like when did it fall apart? Because I remember like in '08, '10, and then
I can,
11, and Michael's retired. When
I,
when did
I,
go ahead?
when did the super kick law lose its luster? I'll tell you
Yeah,
when. It is when um, that's all that you saw from a certain tag team that I've never seen.
are you talking about the ones that are certainly somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay, and we don't need to get there.
yeah, because they've been around for a long time now. Like
Yep.
as much as I can say that I can't stand them, I will swear still to this day that the greatest tag match I've ever seen was Motor City Machine Guns and Jen Me on TNA Impact. Just
But
absolutely floored by the level of athleticism by both teams because they weren't
I have a
they
question.
weren't cartoony yet. Like Matt and Nick were not cartoony yet. Like they had a great match alongside Chris Shelley and Alex Sabin. It was great.
And they both had hairlines still.
Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Sorry about that. Tired.
Maybe they lost their ability to you know have a good match when they started losing their hair.
There you go. But here's another one for you guys. Who's one famous wrestler that you guys saw at an indie show before they got big?
That's not fair. I did see Kevin Steen at a Chikara show.
What about Paul? Did you get
You
to see anyone
know,
at an indie show before they got big?
no, unfortunately not.
Trying to think of one. I definitely had because I've seen so much fucking wrestling live that I can't even tell you how many events I've been
I
to.
also saw another one of those superstars at a Chikara show, but because they left me on red, they will not get notoriety of me dropping their name.
Hmm. Was it Evo Uno?
Oh my god. Actually, it was player Uno back then. Half of the Super Smash Brothers. That shit was so funny.
I think I've seen some people that are in the WWE right now in NXT that are currently in developmental, like 10 years ago, that are there. Oh,
Don't forget Sponge's favorite wrestler of all time, Swerve Strickland.
I'd never seen him before AEW, and I've never seen him in. Actually, I think I might
But
have
you
seen him
didn't
in
see
Hit
him on
Row.
the streets in Seattle?
No, he's not from Seattle. He's from Tacoma. I didn't live on this side yet.
But was it raining
Stinky
anyway?
Tacoma. Oh yes.
Can't rain all the time.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Sponge is from
Oh yes. It
Sponge is
can.
from that
Oh,
part
it
of the country. Yeah, it can rain all the time.
Sorry, I didn't think you guys would catch that movie
Oh no,
reference.
it was The Crow. I get the reference. I love Brandon Lee. Like I miss Brandon Lee.
That's a goofy question.
Fucking Ernie
I want to hear
Hudson.
you guys' opinion. I want to get you guys' opinions on this. Are you guys ready?
No.
All
I've
right.
been ready.
What's the best wrestler to never win a world title in the dub?
It's too subjective. I mean, there's been plenty of them that have never won a world title, but what one person thinks is the best out of that, somebody might think is trash.
Well, I'll give you two choices here, Paul, because I'm kind of stuck
Oh,
between two, but you might actually agree with me. Like stars to never win a world title in the dub. Now I'm guessing that this is all time dub, not just nowadays
Yes.
dub.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
right.
all time.
Yeah, I've got Dusty and Jerry Lawler. I can't choose between the two, but I know that those are two of the greatest pro wrestlers in the world that never win a world title in WWE.
I agree with both of those.
See, the sound of the just deafening silence right there was everybody just be like, "Oh, I didn't think of that one."
Right. I
No,
agree with both of
Dusty.
those.
I agree with Dusty.
But if Dusty had one, then we wouldn't have gotten the story we got last year or the last 2 years.
This is true, but if Jerry Lawler had ever won a world title, we wouldn't have gotten Michael Cole's undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
Jesus.
I'm the second person to bring it up this week.
Yeah.
Coal miners rejoice. I acknowledge the
You guys,
one true undefeated tribal chief of WrestleMania, Michael Cole.
do you guys what do you guys think? Would you guys think Logan Paul would have been a great opponent for the Undertaker in his prime?
No.
Yeah, I didn't want to
No.
be. I didn't want to be the first person to say no right off the bat.
I
I
never
waited for
did.
Paul.
Yeah, no.
I waited for
It
Paul.
was a no.
That is a resounding no. That like Penta. How do you say no in Spanish? No.
Well, Monday Night Raw. Are you guys ready for Raw?
Hell yeah.
Monday daytime Raw.
The daytime Raw, 12 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's I low-key
Monday
enjoyed watching
afternoon
this.
Raw on St. Patrick's Day.
You better be wearing green.
You know, it's still too weird for me that it happened at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like going out day drinking, and when you walk out the bar, it's still light out.
Look, we get to do it next week from Scotland at 4 p.m., not 3 p.m. They're gonna absolutely fucking miss their opportunity if they don't have Drew on Raw next week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like there's no way that you cannot not bring in Drew for Monday Night Raw next week. Like something's gonna have to happen on SmackDown, and Drew's gonna have to get involved, and it'll have to be a reason for him to go over to Raw, just for the one day.
They probably will. Well, we keep
Maybe
on
they'll
Monday
have,
Night Raw.
maybe they'll put him in a dark match.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, it's already it's too bad that they already cut Giovanni Vinci because they're gonna be in Italy on Friday.
Well, They kicked off Raw with John Cena coming out to the most electrifying boos ever.
The most
No, they started out.
nuclear, thunderous boos I've heard since Money in the Bank 2011. John Cena.
No, they
That shit was
started Raw with
insane.
a video package that I didn't need to see again. Just bring
Yeah.
Cena out and get this
Oh
thing
yeah,
started.
just yeah, that shit took way too long. I hate when WWE does these recap video pack. I get it the week of after the pay per view, but just fucking reminding us something we already know.
Careful, guys.
Annoying.
You're starting to sound like the IWC. Raw's just a glorified clip show.
That's not true. But
Not true.
what's it called? Cena comes out and he stands there and he soaks in the ovation, the boos, the Cena sucks chants, everything, and he gets on the mic.
That crowd was insane.
Yeah. Even though even the half of the Let's Go Cenas that started like that he was about to
Yeah.
brutally bury.
And I don't remember what he said. He said something about
That was rough.
hating his fans.
It was hard to watch.
It was
I enjoyed the. I like how when he said that he doesn't need to change his music, he doesn't need to change his gear, and he doesn't need to change basically his how he looks and how he comes out. And I like how he blamed the company, how he blamed everyone, how we supposedly used him and used his energy and used his time and used his life for 25 years.
And he's
and
a
that it's all our fault.
victim and he was abused. Like, what the?
I don't know to what, but apparently we abused him. And
I
he
mean,
also,
I
like
could
about-
definitely see Vince McMahon. No, let's not go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you never know what's going on
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, geez. I don't know how many Diddy parties he had to attend because of Vince. But,
No, I mean, I was a little disappointed at first that they didn't change him, but then they went into the old trope of a heel sitting there telling you something, and there's just a little bit of truth with it.
Yeah.
So that's what made it even more. When he said, "I'm not changing it," I go, "That makes sense. That's beautiful because it's
it's
mine."
my music, it's my voice.
Yeah.
When he said that, yep.
Yep.
I don't dress like you people. You dress like me. I enjoyed that he said, and you guys make a mockery of me, of this invisible man, and you still think it's a joke. I thought that was funny.
He is a joke.
It is a joke.
I'm waiting for the
It,
promo.
it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was his catchphrase.
I'm waiting for the
what he was-
promo in the next few weeks where Cody comes out and says, "Hey, weren't you the one that said that you couldn't respect The Rock because he left and he was a part-timer, and he didn't care about the fans anymore, and he did this and he did that, and he left just the same way that you're acting right now." So just blaming the fans for your problems, your multi-millions of dollars worth of superstardom and Hollywood problems. Boo-hoo. I cannot wait for Cody to tear absolute ass into this guy. While Cody had to, this entire time, rebrand himself, go to the indie circuit, go to the competition, start a whole other company. Like it's all coming back full circle, but it's gonna be the two different paths. It's gonna be the Cena apology tour to The Rock, because I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have gone out and said it that way. Like, you had to drop to your knees and grovel and kiss ass to The Rock to apologize for everything that you said that he did that you're now doing right now. Like, I cannot wait for this promo for that promo to come out of Cody, because people will absolutely eat that up to death.
Eat.
Yeet. That was a thunderous chorus of boos for John Cena. I've never heard anything that loud.
No.
This crowd was absolutely red hot today. Obviously, Cody's music started to hit, and that building went banana sandwich. I think Cody got one of the top pops positive pops of this Raw. Cena definitely got the most nuclear of the pops overall. But Cody came out and he looked right at him. He said, "What happened to you? Like, where is that guy? Where's that guy on the T-shirt? Like, I miss that guy. Like, that's the guy I wanted to fight at WrestleMania." Everybody's problem, all your problems belong to everybody else. Like that kid in the front row over there is the reason that you can't win a match lately. Shit was beautiful.
Yep. It was short, it was sweet, but he really laid into him at the same time.
It had me going. Like when Cena walked over to him and he said, "Look, kid," and Cody just cut him off. Enough. It's not kid. It's the WWE champion. He goes, and you better, that guy on the T-shirt, you better find that guy because I want to fight that guy at WrestleMania. I want to see that guy at WrestleMania. I want to bring out the best of that guy at WrestleMania, not this whiny little bitch. And fucking tossed the microphone at him, and then just walked off, like no music, just walked off into
Yep.
silence.
It's great.
Like Cena got absolutely buried in that promo. Like Cena's promo was great, but Cody's was over the top and just demoralizing to everything that Cena tried to get across. Like there was no back and forth with Cena. Like usually when somebody comes out and cuts a promo on Cena, like Cena will just be firing back on the microphone. He had nothing to say to Cody. Like is this just heel Cena or is this just he had nothing to say? Like sometimes Cody gets ahead of himself with these promos and he's just absolutely unstoppable, but I don't know, like that this isn't the same Cena that we're used to.
Well, that may be the reason why he didn't clap right back. I mean, would make sense.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's gonna stay weird no matter what.
But yes, I do want to get to a point because I thought that's what we were missing in these 2 weeks since this all went down was that face to face, back and forth between both of them.
Because look at the
You got to do.
look at the comparisons. Like you have the Hollywood Rock. Like the Hollywood Rock absolutely hated the fans. You guys didn't like me, so I left, and I left. It was the best thing for me. I didn't have to deal with any of you people. This is really reminiscent of that Cena's promo. Like Cena blamed everybody for everything. I'm the victim here. You people abused me. And like he really laid it on thick. That kid in the front row that he pointed out in the Cena shirt, he said, "You're part of the problem." Like the cameraman zoomed in on that kid, and that kid's face was welling up like he was about to start crying on live television. Like that's the level of how great this promo was by John Cena.
Yep.
Like he had nuclear heel energy on him, and he just kept bringing it. Like he did not take his foot off the gas until Cody came out, and then he just slammed on the brakes. I'm interested to hear what the experts have to say on this going forward.
Yep.
Like, I want to know what they think of Cena just stopping in his tracks. Like, are they going to bring up the rumored conspiracy theories with the IWC? Oh, Cena's not really a heel. He's just no. Like, you don't tell every single person in the crowd that you hate them. Like, and then be like, oh no, I didn't mean it. I was just kidding. Like, no.
And
Okay.
what are what happened furthermorely from after this segment?
Well, we got the great match between Penta and Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, almost immediately.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Penta and Ludwig Kaiser in a street fight or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to boo
No hold
Ludwig.
barred.
They wanted to boo Ludwig so much in that building, but they just couldn't. Like that man is almost a hero over there. Because he's one of the only remaining stars that they had when they had their whole indie circuit over there.
He left and killed the business, and now they're out of business. I enjoyed this match. Penta looked good. But can I just say one thing? Have you noticed that Penta's fucked up his entrance after the Raw after Netflix? He's never gotten it right.
Yeah.
He did the Shadow Miedo too early. He did the thing the pose too early. Like they need to sit there and be like, Penta, your entrance
Slow
is
down.
really easy.
Yeah, he really
Slow
messed up
down.
his timing with the pyro today.
And he's been doing it a lot. I think they need to just tell him to chill. You know, calm down. You'll get there. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure it was his first time in Germany wrestling too. So I'm pretty sure he was really anxious and nervous as fuck.
Oh, well, yeah. Belgium, by the way, not Germany.
Yeah, not Germany. Right.
My apologies for that. I may or may not have accidentally gotten the
See,
wrong.
Department of Education rearing its head again.
Yeah, you're in
Well, Linda McMahon said that they're the same place. So.
you're in Akron, Ohio, not Bismarck, North Dakota.
And following that, I didn't watch because if you guys didn't, or sorry, I skipped ahead. Ludwig and Penta had a great match. I love the way they used the equipment. AEW. I love how they used the chair, not like crazy and dangerously, even though it
Yeah,
looked dangerously.
crowd was screaming for tables. They didn't give them tables. Like sometimes you just
Thank
don't need
God.
it all.
Yeah, no, you never needed all that. And also, I just hate the fact that the fans chant that. It's a really big bothersome for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's a big bothersome for every time with these matches.
Well, they spoiled us since the '90s. Like
Yeah,
that.
right.
That's always going to be a thing. Like once the Dudleys started literally using it mid match in a not in a regular match,
Not in a table match.
not in a no DQ match. They're just like, hey, you know what? We're in the middle of a match right here where we can get disqualified, but let's get the table. Like, why? Like, we got spoiled back then. So it's like, that's why most of the people are going to react the way that they react now, especially when you hear, lazy booking. I mean, no holds barred. This was
That is
this
so
was the
lazy.
right spot for no holds barred though. Like these guys have been going at it for months.
What was Butch's next week, right?
I think so.
Because Butch, they gotta utilize that. Because I know Ludwig's mad at Butch, or Butch is mad at Ludwig for costing them at fucking Penta, and then they're mad at each other because they costed each other at Penta, right?
Yeah. Well, Ludwig
So
went over in that triple threat match. Like that
oh
was
yeah,
that was the coolest
he
spot.
stole that little win.
Hmm.
It dumped out fucking Penta, and Penta got his first not official loss from his fault, but
In terms of overall decision keeping, yeah, that's a loss.
yeah. I don't know. This match was
Well,
fun.
they had a nice interview with him afterwards, where he said his intention is to go after the IC title.
Yep.
And while you spoil ahead, and I love that they had early later in the night, not to spoil ahead, but they had Braun and him have a little show face to face, and I can't wait.
That
I'm
was
excited to.
nice touch.
I'm excited to see if he pulls off the reversal into a penta driver from the spear. And you imagine that full spear reverse into a penta driver, or not a penta driver, a Mexican destroyer. It's gonna look amazing. I don't know. What do you guys think? No thinking.
No, thank you.
No.
You wait. But
I
after
like
that,
how it was weird that we immediately got that backstage segment where like you just saw people walking around backstage, and then like you just had fucking what was it? It was Karrion Cross was standing there talking to friggin' Dominic Mysterio,
Yep.
and
Oh
then
no. Yeah.
and then Dom's like, oh yeah, I just talked to Penta about joining the Judgment Day. It's like, bitch, we all just saw you with Karrion Cross. That is not Penta. Like, I mean, we all think that Dominic Mysterio is dumb to begin with, but I mean, if you don't know the difference between Penta and Karrion Cross, I got bad news for you, buddy. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
all those bumps to the head are getting to him at the age of 25.
I had to pull it out for the European tour.
Following that, we had a women's match that I didn't get to watch.
Carlito was great, by the way. Just
Yeah.
coming in and putting those one-liners down.
Yeah, no. What was it? We had Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile.
Yeah,
This match did exactly what it was supposed to. It set up the LWO and the Creed brothers.
I was shocked when Dakota Kai actually won the match.
Well, I mean, once you lose your entire support system that can distract a ref, I mean, the babyface is going to go over 9 times out of 10 in that situation.
Mm,
Which is funny because Dakota Kai is not a babyface.
no,
I mean, she is still damage control.
but yet Io Sky is like hugely over with the crowd,
Over with
even though she's still in.
over with the crowd and being a babyface are still two crazy different things. I.e., Steve Austin. Austin would never ever ever cop to being a babyface.
No,
I don't know. I mean, this match served its purpose. It set up the tag match later in the night between the LWO and American Made. Oh God, they segued the American Made uh, entrance and commercial spot to the American Made beer.
oh
I'm
yes.
so unhappy.
Now Ric Flair's energy drink fizzled out pretty quick. How long before this damn beer fizzles out?
Yeah, it won't. Only probably because of the Netflix deal, and we're gonna see it forever.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
knows how much money they're throwing at Netflix to have that shit on the show?
Slim Jim's also not good for you. Still been on television since the '90s.
Better than beer.
Um, yeah, we got the contract signing for the women's title after that. Um, I once again strenuously object to seeing Bianca Belair on my television, but whatever.
And I agree.
My
Barely caught
my
half of this. Go ahead.
my favorite part was when Rhea finally came out,
Yep, and the pop
and
was massive for
Yeah.
her.
yep, yep.
Huge ovation from
So
this crowd for Rhea Ripley.
yep, and then Bianca did what she said she wasn't going to do again and disrespected Io
Fucking
by
pie faced
getting
EO
her in the
again.
face again, and then ate the headbutt from Rhea.
Yeah, that was ferocious. I don't ever want to eat one of those headbutts. Please headbutt me, Rita.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
But the best part of that whole segment is when she went to power bomb Io on top of Bianca. The table didn't break.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Hey, and then she picked
Love
up
a
the
pop.
contract that only had 2 lines on it, and then signed it and
And
walked away with it.
signed her name.
She walked away with the contract. She didn't even give it back to Adam Pierce.
Well, we
She
cannot
did
be
eventually,
personal. Yeah.
but it
And
was
she
like
said, and
two
she
kids
said,
on the schoolyard. No, I'm not. I want it. No.
Yeah,
she
no.
said, my name's on there. It's legal now.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
legal document.
that's usually how contracts work.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Rhea, you weren't even part of that segment. Calm down.
I like how Adam Pierce had to pull double duty because as soon as he was following Rhea to the back, he had to break up the altercation between Jay and Gunther.
Yeah, he just happened to be there,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yep. It was almost as if it was filmed earlier. Because it was just such crazy timing.
He teleported, actually.
Because Rhea didn't come through the back, but Adam Pierce sure did.
Right.
It's like, did Rhea disappear like that woman that walked behind Scarlett Johansson on the red carpet that time?
He did not. Okay. all right. You want to get political now?
No,
He did not.
I just thought it was funny.
Did not. That lady did not. Oh no. Leave her mother alone.
I forgot that was her mother. That's fucking funny as hell. Like, she was on the Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon's like, "Yeah, this woman walked over behind you, and then she just like disappeared. That was my mother." Everybody just started cracking up. I was just, oh man, that was so funny.
You know what? In big news, what happened after that? I feel like I missed something else after that.
Jey
There wasn't
Uso
big news.
against Austin Theory.
Oh yeah, that 5 minute
Thank
match.
you.
I didn't.
Thank you
Oh
for coming, Austin Theory.
I didn't watch
yeah.
it. For
You missed it.
for everybody watching
I missed.
for everybody watching in the
I thought.
States, it's St. Patrick's Day. We made a shit ton of corned beef and cabbage and potatoes, and we needed extra bread, so I took a walk to the store during Jey Uso and Austin Theory. Like, I wanted to watch it. I saw Jey Uso and Grayson Waller in person last week. I wasn't really expecting much different.
I agree with you as well on that, but my thing is my closet decided to collapse on me. So I saw Jey Uso do his entrance. I was like, all right, it's gonna be a fucking match. That fucking entrance lasted longer than that fucking match, and fucking he
Yep.
got destroyed. And like,
Oh, see,
I
so
was like, oh shit.
I didn't
That's
understand.
exactly what I wrote down
I
when I
didn't
won my note.
understand the timing of that, but now it just seems like Sponge's closet shelf tried to do the yeet and got stuck.
That's what it is.
Literally. Mhm.
That's even funnier.
He's like, oh, well, here's your WrestleMania winner. And my closet said, yeet onto the floor.
I don't like
Ripping the
this.
fucking.
I don't like this at all. This whole thing that he's got going with Theory and Waller. There's no reason for it.
I don't like that they're burying my favorite fucking wrestler, Austin Theory. Austin Theory under Vince McMahon was amazing. He was pushed to the fucking moon, and I didn't have a problem with it. Fucking under the bald guy who's a fraud. Um, he's used him
Jeez.
as a fucking jobber, and it's pissing me the fuck off because Austin Theory. Did we forget that Austin Theory beat the guy that's gonna main event WrestleMania this year?
This is true.
Like, do you know you see what I'm getting at? Like, even in story, this fucker beat a 16-time world champion and a guy who's in a main event WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, but they told
And
us
yet he's being used.
even
Go
in
ahead.
Cena's promo back then for that WrestleMania match. They said this match is not going to do anything for your career. Like, you need that. You need this. I don't need this. This isn't going to do anything for you, win or lose. And it didn't.
Yeah, it was stupid, and I really like. We can go back to that time when I told Villain when we reviewed that fucking WrestleMania and said how stupid. Like, we knew Theory was gonna go over, but it was stupid because Cena was filming movies and he only showed up one time for that fucking whole feud, right?
Yeah.
And the feud was perfect. It was there for it. You know, this guy liked him as a childhood hero. Turned fucking.
Well, they're setting up.
You know.
They're setting up a tag match for next week where it, just in case this is your first time ever watching wrestling ever, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are going to take on Jey Uso and a mystery tag partner. I wonder who that could be after all of the last few weeks of Gunther's SmackDown antics.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking Roman Reigns.
It's going to be goddamn Jimmy Uso, and we know it.
Abdullah the
Yeah.
Butcher. Abdullah
Come
the
on.
Oh
Butcher.
yeah. It's gonna be so stupid. I'm not a fan of Jimmy.
It's going to be the Sheiky baby. Grayson Waller, jabroni. You remind me of a younger the Hulk Hogan's.
Interesting.
Austin Theory, we coming for you. Grayson Waller, we coming for you. No, it doesn't
Rest
work.
in peace. I don't know. Are you guys a fan of Grayson Waller? I like Waller and Theory. I don't like them as a team.
I
But
love their
like
mic
Theory
skills.
as a,
I love their mic skills. They're so good on the
Yeah, they
mic.
can talk. Yeah.
Like,
I
Grayson
don't
Waller
care
is
for
athletic as
Waller.
hell. Like, that roll into the ring thing that he does is so great. But it's unnecessary. Like, why do you have to go all the way to the outside to pull off a big move?
he's Grayson Waller because he's from Australia.
He's a showboat. Oh. So all of his moves also have to come from down under. Now I get it.
Oh.
Oh Jesus. And following that match, we got what else did we get? Did Gunther come on and beat up Jey Uso again?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
He's like beat him up.
but
Oh,
Jay actually got a little heat back on. So
that's good, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
We're gonna have Yeet No
Again,
Yeet
I still have no,
versus A Town
I,
Down Under.
I still have no hype for that match at Mania. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
They're
my
not.
opinion.
They're not hyping it up. It's not like he's beating up fucking Ludwig and Giovanni. He's beating up Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who have nothing to do with Gunther.
That's I agree with that as well. Like he's beating up people that are not related to Gunther. And but also you can say the same thing for
Whoa.
Gunther.
I mean,
He's
it's.
also wasn't.
I also don't want to see Jey Uso beat up Gunther's grandmother. Like, they don't have to be related to Gunther.
Yeah,
But but also Gunther wasn't beating up American Alpha has nothing to do with Jey Uso. They have no connection. So
Yeah,
I
like,
enjoyed the match with American Alpha or whatever the fuck that who I'm talking about. But
yeah,
it's just not. There's no hype for me in this fucking match at WrestleMania, and I'm just so disappointed.
it's so weird. I don't know why they're doing this. Like,
But yeah.
Jay beat a guy tonight that beat John Cena at WrestleMania. Gunther last
In
week
under like
beat
a
like
minute.
Akira
In under a
Tozawa.
minute.
Like, there's a
Yeah, in
huge
under a
difference.
minute. In under a fucking minute, he beat Theory. By the way, or something like that.
Yeah, it was
it
Yeah,
was
it was
it was
relatively
pretty
quick.
short.
I got back just in time for Seth Rollins in ring package.
that was my
Oh, you
last
missed.
memory. My last.
Nope.
Well, what did we? Paul, take it away.
Okay. So next we got the LWO against America Alpha, whatever they are. And suspicious by his absence, Chad Gable did not come out with them as he did with Ivy Nile earlier. But that just ensured that we would see our new favorite luchador show up and take out the LWO.
Allegedly.
And I love that Corey Graves was on commentary tonight because, and this is why I love him, when he came out, or before that even happened, before he even came out, Cole kept harping on the fact that it was Chad Gable. This Chad Gable. How can you not see that?
Allegedly.
And Corey Graves is like, hey, you don't know who. There's been plenty of guys with red, white, and blue masks. There's been Del Wilkes, and started listing off all the old people that had gimmicks under a mask like that. So that popped me because I'm an old school fan.
Yeah.
So
I also had a bit of the tee hee hees when they said Del Wilkes. We miss Corey Graves. Like, Corey Graves needs a spot
yes,
on a main roster,
yep.
TV show. Like, and he's
Well, unfortunately, his wife has probably made that very difficult for him now.
yeah, clearly by the fist bump that he got from Jey Uso. Oh.
I thought I was worried for a moment for those couple moves they were trying to pull off with Ray. I thought that could have went really bad, really quick
Hmm.
from the outside where he was trying to catch him and he almost didn't catch him. And yeah, it could have been bad.
Yeah, it's usually a spot like that. Luckily, like, Ray's been in that spot where he's gone for that spot and like completely botched that spot, so he knows to put his hands down for at least like a possible handstand landing, so he can get caught, which is exactly what happened because
Yeah,
the Creed brothers are fucking professionals. Like, these guys are really good. When they start using them right, sure. Like, when they finally
right.
ditch Gable, like, they're gonna be monstrous.
And
And
hopefully they
change
have
their finisher.
and hopefully they have a direction of character.
We're having trouble hearing you, Sponge. Like, you sound far away.
Hopefully they have a change of like a direction of character.
Well, they
Yeah.
need a personality transplant. Is what they need.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
you can only be a follower for so long before people are just like, yeah, okay. Well, it's What was it? Hawkins and Ryder following around Edge for a while. It's just like, why?
Yep.
Because that didn't turn out well for either of them.
Well, it did for if the better careers Matt Cardona now.
Kurt Hawkins went on like an 8-year losing streak.
But that was
He came
fun.
back was horrendous.
There's no way. Well, I mean, now the fact that he's over and with Matt Cardona as Brian Myers, yeah, he's doing well. But it just wasn't great.
So then we finally got to Seth freaking Rollins.
And the half an hour serenade. Yeah.
And since it's your favorite promo, Villain will speak about it. But I will say, my mom was like, "What the hell is he wearing with that outfit and those shoes?"
Hey, Becky's not under contract anymore, so she doesn't need her ring gear.
The pants barely came down to the boot.
That's because she wears the pants in the family.
Well, obviously. I never had a doubt of that.
Whoa! I'm just gonna do this
That
for a
went
half.
on forever.
I'm gonna do this for a half an hour in the background until you guys start talking again. Whoa! Oh wait, no, that's exactly how we sum up this promo. Yeah, no, just forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. He just started
really
talking.
Didn't say anything.
Yeah, he really didn't say anything. He's like, "Oh, these guys are gonna be on SmackDown, so I'm gonna be on SmackDown. I love you guys. Sing me off." Like, did he just do a vaudeville skit where he got played off stage? Like he downplayed the entire cage match last week. He did not once reference the fact that he won the cage match last week, because true combatant, true competitor really wouldn't take that as a win. Yes, you scored the decision. No, you didn't actually win.
Right, he should have been rubbing that in Punk's face.
Yeah, but I mean he can't. Like, Roman won the cage match for Seth. Like,
well, I understand that, but
no, I mean, like, this has got to be in the back of Seth's mind. Like, Roman made me win my match. He didn't let me win my match. Like, even all these years later, Roman's dictating how I win my match. Isn't it really funny that Seth Rollins was always complaining about how the Bloodline matches always ended in, some sort of crazy interference leading to a Bloodline win, and now it's just Roman comes out and makes Seth win. It's everything he's ever complained about just happening in his favor now, and he hates it.
Yep.
Like, it's great. Like, the mind games are going to start. And you know what? If this is the way that Punk gets his first ever WrestleMania main event, this is the match that has to headline night one.
Who goes over? Who do you choose to go over? I mean, you know my answer, but
I can't. Realistically, in a world where we saw all three members of the Shield lose to Punk in a 3-on-1 handicap match, I don't see Punk losing this match.
You think he's gonna make him look strong?
He's definitely. You got to make Roman look strong. Like, you're going over, but make Roman look strong. Roman is already making himself look strong at this point. Like, Roman Reigns is evolving into the next level of that top tier guy running this company. I have no problem with this Roman Reigns, because this is the highest level of Roman Reigns we're ever going to see. If he even can go further than what he's at right now, then I'm going to be terrified. Like, the man doesn't show up to television for a while. He's off television for a while because of the whole, all the stomps at the Royal Rumble. So he missed some TV time to, sell the injury, as Cornette would always want you to do when you literally get your ass beat after a match and you get stomped on the floor. And then he comes back to the most raucous eruption of MSG crowd, walking through the crowd. His music didn't play. He didn't walk down the ramp or the entryway. He came through the crowd, and that crowd was bursting at the seams. And then he just absolutely just mollywopped everybody.
And that was pretty fun to watch. I like that when you're watching TV, you can just hear the crowd going nuts and crazy and don't know what's going on, and you knew he was coming.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh
from
yeah.
from
I
that
mean, it
seat
was
where I was
shot
sitting,
perfectly.
from that seat that I was sitting in that I sent you guys pictures from, like I had a
Oh, here
direct
we go.
line of sight to the spotlight of him walking from like the catering area all the way to that short pathway.
And then after that nonsense, it led us to our main event that I didn't watch between Braun Breaker and Finn Balor. But before that, we got a Penta and Braun Breaker face-to-face showdown, which I'm excited for.
Yeah. We saw Penta 3 different times in this on this Raw. And he was
Hmm.
referenced in a fourth separate. You didn't see him, but he was referenced. So like Penta was really the main character of the show today. It's like Penta had a match. Cool. Penta's gonna join the Judgment Day. Huh? Penta wants the IC title. Okay. And we'll get there.
Well, and that makes up for not seeing him last week. So
I did not like I did not like this main event. This story is drawn out. Like Braun Breaker just looks like a world breaker, and that's fine. This Judgment Day storyline needs to go. It's stale.
it's been too long. It needs to. It's plodding its way toward that.
Like you could have started with the accidental rope spots. You could have started with the accidental. I'm gonna grab someone's foot when they hit the ropes. Oops, it's the wrong guy off a reverse Irish whip. Like you could have started doing any of these spots where they started costing each other matches and like somebody had to go. Why wait until the story is already stale to start doing all of those miscommunications?
I think they're going to totally disband Judgment Day, or are they going to try and shoehorn somebody back in there to keep it going?
WWE has been on a hot streak of just absolutely fire main events over the last month and a half. And then we get to tonight and it's just like, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it was there. Now it's not going to top last week, clearly. It's not going to top um Rhea and Io 2 weeks ago. No. It's not going to top the women's tag team title matches 3 weeks ago. Raw has been on fire with their main events, and they're pushing main event level talent, whether they be male or female. And now you have Finn Balor, who can go, who should be able to, carry a match, and Braun Breaker, who just looks great. And then you just have the Judgment. Yay! It's like you can have as much gold as you want, but you throw Dominic Mysterio and Carlito into interference mode, and that gold is going to immediately start to rust. Like it, you can polish a turd as many times as you can, but oh, this was the weakest point of the night for me because it really didn't do anything with any story until after the match.
Right.
After Braun Breaker held off the 1-on-3 of the Judgment Day, won the match clean because Braun Breaker. Uh, Judgment Day gets in the ring, starts putting heat on him, and then here comes Penta for the fourth time. Hooray! Like it was a good save. It was a whole bit of, ooh, is he really gonna join it? No, he's not gonna join the Judgment Day. Stupid Dominic Mysterio can't even get a backstage segment right. It's like he said, oh, I think I can get Penta to join the Judgment Day, and then Penta comes out and beats the dog shit out of you for a save. Holds up the IC title, looks at Braun Breaker, hands him the IC title, and then Cero Miedo's him right in the face.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah. The only thing that segment did was, I say,
further complicate the multi-man match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title.
yeah, right, right. Well, I could, I could see it go a couple different ways. Yeah, multi-man match or Finn versus Dominic at Mania.
Who's gonna watch that? Who's gonna pay money to go and see that match?
That's
See what match?
Finn versus Dominic. Who's gonna pay money to go and see that match?
Paul will spend all the money in the world.
I get it, like a year and a half ago when people wanted to spend the money to see Damian Priest get his hands on Dominic Mysterio, but this is just, it's stale. Nobody wants this anymore. Like, you constantly want to see Dominic Mysterio get his ass beat, but are you really going to pay WrestleMania price tickets to go see Dominic Mysterio get his ass beat by, of all people, Finn Balor, who nobody's hot on anymore?
Sadly,
See, I want that Austin Theory in the Intercontinental title match.
just like that guy.
Can we get the 10-man ladder match back? Like, is that out of the question?
let's do the 30-man ladder match. And see how
30-man reverse ladder match.
no, 30-man reverse battle royale reverse ladder match on top of a bowl match.
Triple cage. Pink slip on a pole match.
David Arquette.
With the shark
Special
with a shark
referee.
tank. Grayson Waller and the shark tank suspended above the ring next
Special,
to the belt.
special referee David Arquette.
No, special guest referee Courtney Cox Arquette. Would be hilarious.
Well, that was Monday Night Raw. I overall thought it was a great show.
Monday
Great.
afternoon Raw. Yes.
And Monday afternoon Raw
Great.
on St. Patrick's Day.
On St. Patrick's Day, I hope you're all wearing green. My name is Sponge, and my final words are Monday Night Raw.